Hey everyone, we're back for another Let's Play Encounters Shattered Wastes. And I'm really excited to show you some new additions we have to our tabletop simulator mod and get through the next enemy. I know last time we fought the Spectre here and got our butt kicked, but we're gonna keep going, keep moving on. This time we have three characters that we're playing with: the Aeromancer, the Monk, and the Arithmagician. We haven't seen him in a little while, so really excited to get those on. But let's go over a few updates we have. A few changes, not changes to the game per se, but just cosmetic stuff. If we go over here, we've updated the magical strength cards so that they have a slightly different coloration and a different framing. This was because we got some feedback that it's hard to know what card type is up when they're all stacked. You don't want to keep lifting them up and seeing. So we've adjusted that a little bit. We've given all the enemies on the top left of their card their own unique icon so that you'll be able to know what relic is what. And we have new relic backgrounds and stuff, but those aren't integrated into the mod yet. And the other biggest change is ability cards now have little lore blurbs on the bottom of their card. This was really fun because we got to really give, like in the style of certain open world games or certain Soulsborne games, do a lot of our storytelling through some item descriptions. And so sometimes it's just like this, necrotic arts, just descriptive, but then other times you get some quotes like bonus stash that are a little fun. So we get to go with the whimsy of that JRPG style. And yeah, pretty cool stuff. We're not going to go through the entire drafting process this time like we did in the last video. I've already grabbed and pre-drafted these cards, but I'm going to go through what each one is again. So the Aeromancer, again, he is really good in the front line at reducing his threat, but if he attacks in the back line with the abilities, that damage goes straight to wounds. So against the Sunken Beast, which is this big crab tentacle monster thing, that'll be really good because it's a pretty chunky individual, a lot of health to chew through, and we want to get those cards into wounds as quickly as possible. So the Aeromancer is decked out with Hex Bolt, which is just a really solid 2-die attack. And what's really cool here is it's kind of his class ability. If you're able to draw it, only an Aeromancer can cast it with such a dazzling display of mystical prowess. This is something they're very good at doing. Also, Fire Monsoon. If this attack hits before you deal damage, place a number of strength cards equal to the attack roll from fatigue into wounds. Then you have to cycle it. The color of flame is unique to the soul of its caster. So I think that's pretty fun. So not only will the Aeromancer be able to put a lot of cards from fatigue into wounds, but also we're gonna any damage will go to wounds too if we manage this this trait correctly. And then Lightning Bloom, if you're in the back line, deal damage equal to the number of strength cards in your area instead of your damage value, and you don't gain threat when dealing damage. When struck by this spell, the nerves of the target seize up, unlikely to be used again. So Lightning Bloom's great because if you have a whole bunch of cards all stacked up in a row here, you can just, regardless of if the enemy is staggered or not, I could move the Aeromancer over there and just clear it all out using his trait. So that's a pretty sweet ability. Let's go over to the Monk, one of my favorite characters. A lot of crits happening here. So Forbidden Technique, it's just an auto crit if I hit. Prescribed not for its strength, but rather its threat to those who wield power. So that's a good way to put something automatically into wounds. Twin Strike, if one of the dice rolled for this attack is equal to your current threat, this attack is critical, a swift assault with deadly efficiency. I think it's cool. It's like a 2-punch, punch right into this thing's disgusting tentacly face or eyes or something. And then Duel of Honor, if there are no other characters in your line, so that'd be what it is right now. There's no one else in the front line. This is a free ability. And not even the Beyond intercedes in matters of single combat. You might be wondering, what's the Beyond? Well, it's mentioned quite a few times in all of our various ability cards, but if that's something you're interested in learning more at, you'll just have to play the game and see what stuff ends up popping out. And then finally, the Arithmagician, our math wizard, is going, we went full colors here. We went all magic, all martial, and obviously all sorcery, all martial, and all sorcery. But this Arithmagician is full support. We have a Healing Zephyr. Choose the front line or back line, roll 1 die. All characters in that line gain that much HP. Then you have to cycle it. My tears are not yours to be summoned. Then Procura, just to keep us protected from any afflictions. Remove all afflictions from yourself or an adjacent character. This side of description, this ability description is a little more ominous. Curing illness in this way is akin to water evaporating on a hot day, for a storm inevitably follows. These are just first passes at our little blurbs. I'm sure there might be spelling mistakes or something, or grammar. We'll go back and tune them a bit soon. And then finally, Crystal Barrier. When a strength or rage card is revealed, characters in your area do not suffer any of the effects, then you must cycle it. An impenetrable shield of crystalline might, born from the soul, conjured with unwavering resilience. So yeah, the Arithmagician is really looking to protect as much as it can. So as you can see, I've got the monk here in front to protect the Arithmagician from any damage, because that 5 health is pretty measly if you ask me. So that's the thing. So let's get into the actual gameplay. So the thing about the Sunken Beast is that when a character performs a basic attack against this enemy, before dice are rolled, they gain 1 threat. It's designed to represent this thick shell. It's protective shell on the outside, a lot harder to hit, but that's only a basic attack. So up to this point, characters may have been getting away with using a lot of basic attacks and not always using ability attacks. You're inherently, you benefit from using ability attacks against the first side of the Sunken Beast. So like the Monk, the Forbidden Technique, the Twin Strike, the Duel of Honor, all of that is going to help us out a lot. And of course the Aeromancer's Hex Bolt. So let's start in the refresh phase. We have a refresh value of 2. So each character will roll 2 dice. Then we'll draw from, as usual, draw from stamina. So a 1 and a 3. And we'll do it again. And then 3 and 3. And 3 and 5. With an area limit of 6, means almost always if there are 2 cards in the area, that'll be bad. And don't forget, if we get to the defend phase and that area limit exceeds 6, a card will flip and affect everybody. So we're going to go into the action phase, and which areas, we always want to look at what's over 6. So area 1 is over 6, area 3, and actually area 5 is okay. So we really just need to worry about these 2. So I'm going to move my Aeromancer to here, and we're going to do spend 2 MP for a Hex Bolt, and roll 2 dice. And that will hit. You get to re-roll any 1s, but it doesn't really matter. So that hits. And I deal 1 damage with the Aeromancer. So this is going to go to wounds because I used an ability attack and I'm in the back line. So when you use an ability attack, if you are in the back line, the damage dealt goes to wounds, but you gain threat as normal. So gain 4 threat. And that's my 2 actions, move and ability attack. Next up, I'm going to go with the Monk because I might be able to leverage the Arithmagician's trait to increase die faces to create some crits. So we are just going to begin with a basic attack, which brings us puts us at a 1, and I'll explain that in a moment. And we'll just roll 1 die and see if we get a 2. Oh, okay. So we rolled a 1, which is normally a miss, but I don't want to miss right now. Our attacks are very precious in this area, so I will use Mutamancy to make this a 2, so it's above my threat of 1. So already the Protective Shell coming into play there. So the monk deals 2 damage into fatigue, which will gain 6 threat to 7. And then, due to the trait, Marks of Banishment, I can reduce by 1. Now that my threat's high, I'm going to use Twin Strike. So I'm going to spend 3 MP, 1, 2, 3. If one of the dice rolled for this attack is equal to your current threat, this attack is a crit. Well, currently my threat is 6, so if I can make one of these a 6, we're in really good shape. Now, unfortunately, I already used Mutamancy, and traits can only be used once per activation, which is unfortunate. But if I hadn't done that, if any of these were a 5, I could make them a 6, which would be cool. So hopefully we're looking for a 6. Nope. So we're just going to pop these. It's a 9, which is greater than 6, so these will go into fatigue. And we'll gain 4 more to 10. And then the trait will allow us to reduce by 1. Which, again, is completely fine because these physical attacks do not contain threat symbols like this. So I'm not in any danger there. All right, let's go now with the Arithmagician. So we're going to move him down here and just do a basic attack. Got to manage these areas. 3, so that'll hit. Oh, sorry, I cheated. Basic attack means he's got to do 1, and he'll gain 1, 2, 3, 4 more. And I'm okay with him losing a little health on this first rip. Shouldn't be that much. All right, so everyone did 2 actions. Let's move on to the defend phase. Flip this. Ooh, 3 afflictions to our Aeromancer. 2 corruption as well, but the Aeromancer is not shattered. So 1 paralyzed, can't perform the move action. Possessed, you have no trait. That's really bad. And poison. So sorry, paralyzed, you can't perform the move action. Poison, when you complete an action, reduce your MP by 2. And possessed, you have no trait. Only a recover action can remove this affliction with a crit. A recover action. Luckily, we have Procura from this, so we're just going to we'll activate with my Arithmagician first next round to go help him out. 3 damage to the monk. 1, 2, 3. Yikes. And then 1 damage and an affliction to my Arithmagician. Confuse. When you hit with an attack, if the roll is odd, deal damage to yourself instead of your target. It's actually not too bad. It's hard to confuse the Arithmagician because he's really good at math. So we'll do this here. As always, if there are no cards in here, we fill them out. So 1, 2, 3. Go back to the refresh phase, and we're going to roll some dice. Reset these. Let's go 4, 5. So both of this one's bad, this one's okay. Let's go again. 1 and 4. Then roll 2 more. 4. Okay, that 6 was really useful to us. Okay, let's begin first. So this one's the one that's bad. Everything else looks okay. So let's begin with the Arithmagician. We're going to move, and we're going to use Procura. So we're going to spend 3, and we're going to get rid of all the afflictions on the Aeromancer. So those go to the bottom of the deck. And that's the entire turn for the Arithmagician, which can be a little tough, especially because there's maybe some health that we have to deal with there. But that's a future us problem. Let's go now with I think, let's see. I think we're gonna go, what do we have here? 8 cards in fatigue. I think this is a good time for us to move with the Aeromancer. And let's do another Hex Bolt. 2 dice. That's a 10, that hits, so these will go into wounds. Then we'll gain 4 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll go with the monk. So the monk will take a recover action. Done here, sorry. So I have no idea what it was. I'm gonna reroll, I was flipping those. 3. Oh, that's a crit. Okay, so we do a crit. And that goes to 0. And then after an action, I get to make a free move. So we'll do a free move there. And then let's do... Let's do Duel of Honor. Because that costs us 4. No, let's save Duel of Honor. Let's do Forbidden Technique. These are some pretty high cards that I'd like to get rid of. No, that's also not a good use of it. Do I just do a basic attack, guys? Let's do Duel of Honor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 dice. That hits, which is, so it's free. It counts as a free ability. So it did not cost me an action. But I will gain, was it 4, 5, 6? I'll gain 7. And then I'll do a free move. Yes, I'll be taking a rage card, but I'd rather both of them not take a rage card. And then I'll recover again, because remember, free ability, because there was no one in the front back line. So 1, 2, and then I'll reduce by 1 more because of my trait. So pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. That's it for the round. Let's flip here. Only 1 damage to my Rith Magician. Let's pull a rage card. Defensive retraction. Deal 2 cards from stamina to the area that contains the highest threat value. That would be, let's see, 5, 5, 5. So on ties, we get to choose. So let's do, it's from stamina. We'll go here. We'll do here and here. So that wasn't that bad. And then 1 damage to the monk. Not horrible. All right. Let's refresh. So how many we have left here? 2. Perfect. So it looks like we have a staggered enemy. And then let's roll some dice. 2, 5. Roll dice again. 4, 5. Roll dice again. 3, 5. All right. Ooh, man. This is a lot. This is a lot. This area is bad, this area is bad, this area is bad, this area is bad. What I would like to do is Lightning Bloom one of these 2, but I have no way to get my Aeromancer here or here. I didn't take any support cards, and that's why support cards are so strong if you can get them to help these movement thing, but it looks like we're just gonna have to do our best. Well, the monk could hit one of these, and then this area would be good, because it would just be at 6. So I think first step is to... We could recover Duel of Honor for free. Move... Yeah. Okay, let's recover first. Oh, no. That's very bad. Because that didn't give us enough for Duel of Honor. That's only a 2. We needed... At 1. I needed more than that. It does get me to Twin Strike, though. I think we're going to have to take that risk. So that was my first action. And then let's do Twin Strike. We'll spend it all. And hope that one of these dice is a 4. Hey, there we go, 4. Okay, great. So this is a crit. So we're not going to gain any threat. We're not going to gain any threat for that. And then I get to do something. I think I'll just reduce my threat by 1. We'll stay right there. Next, we've got the Aeromancer. Let's see. I think maybe first bet is to recover. Let's recover and see where that gets us. 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then let's just do another Hex Bolt for 2. Oh, there we go. 8. I would get to reroll that 1 though, which is good. So 1 into wounds, and we'll gain 4. Uh-oh, that's not good. The Aeromancer is super close to shattering. It might be worth it just to let everyone eat these 2 cards. And then I didn't think about what would happen if this was here. My threat was really high. That's a misplay. So now I need... Then I don't know what this card is either. You know, I think we've got Healing Zephyr. I think these 2 should be okay. So 1, 2. I'm going to move my Arithmagician here. And we are going to hope... Oh, man, if I do a basic attack, problem. Well, let's hope for a 1 or a 2. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. That's a crit. Got really lucky. Got really lucky because a 2 is not odd. Ugh, that was clutch. We needed that. All right, so this is going to blow up and hit everybody because we're in the defend phase and we did a bad job. So everyone's going to take 1 damage. This is going to blow up. Everyone's going to take 1 damage and an affliction. Oh, everyone's going to take 1 damage. 1 damage, 1 damage. Now everyone takes 1 damage and an affliction. And an affliction. Disease, not good. Blind, meh. Burn, crit value is 0. That's fine. I don't really necessarily need my crit value. Let's do this. Flanking Suckers. Deal 1 card from stamina to each area, but there's nothing in stamina, so we're okay. But we do each gain another affliction, shadow, disease, and we gain 1 threat. This is okay though. Like we set up the Arithmagician to be. Oops, I accidentally shuffled that. And then 1 damage to the monk. So I think it's going to be time to use our Healing Zephyr in a second here with my Arithmagician. The first thing we're going to do, however, is we'll go here. How many cards are... So we have 9 cards in stamina. So we'll do this. Let's Let's roll. We got 4, 4. No 6. Come on, give me some 6s, please. Oh, I ask and you shall receive. Double. Oh, man. 2 6s was really nice there. And then 2, 4. Okay. Let's begin first with... Oh, my threat is so high. Three, 4, 5, 6, and we have to get rid of 2 of those. Just trying to figure out what the best thing to do with the Aeromancer, because these 3 areas are bad. I guess I could go with the Monk first. All right, I know what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3 with the Monk. We're gonna roll 2 dice for Forbidden Technique. That's a 5. I have to re-roll it, which is okay. That's a 6. You can only re-roll a die once. So Forbidden Technique, if this attack hits, it is crit. You must cycle. These are 2 5s. I think that's a pretty good use of Forbidden Technique to deal 2 damage, get rid of that 10 threat. I'll put that over there and get a new card. Mage Breaker. You do not gain threat from magic strength cards when performing this attack. Training against the arcane arts hardens the mind against its effects, which is really nice. Let's just move here. Good job, Monk. Took care of that whole area. I think we're, however, just going to have to accept that this area is going to pop off. Let's double recover with my Aeromancer. Let's recover once. 2. And then we'll recover again. Another 2. Dang. We'll just get rid of this disease. I don't want another affliction. Let's recover with my Arithmagician. A 3. Let's get 3 magic back. 1, 2, 3. And we'll recover again. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I gain an affliction from disease. I can't gain MP when I recover. Okay. Next up is the defend phase. We're already there. 2 threat for my Monk. This is going to pop off and hit everybody. Everyone takes 1 damage. And again, that's because of my area limit was above a 6, so... My Arithmagician is at 0. Monk is at 2. Aeromancer is at 4. We're struggling a little bit, guys. Don't worry, I've got a Healing Zephyr for my Arithmagician. And then... let's see. I guess this is going to hit everybody too. So still there. Another 1, and then another 1. So that hits everybody. And then this hits the Arithmagician, which is fine. Sometimes it's okay to do that. If you know a guy's going to be hit at 0, they'll just keep pounding at that meat shield. All right. Pretty good. Pretty okay. Let's roll 2 dice. 2. That's good. Giving us some reprieve. Double 5. 1, 2. And 1 staggered. He wasn't staggered. I forgot to flip that. 1, 5. So where are we at? We're at 3 cards left there. I want to go with my Aeromancer. And we're going to move. And we're just going to do a basic attack. Actually, no. We're going to do a... Hex Bolt. So here's the strength of the Hex Bolt in the front line. I'll show you in a second. So I had spent 2 MP. I'm in the front line. We're going to roll these 2 dice. So that's 7, right? If you are in the front line after rolling dice, reduce your threat by the value rolled before dealing damage. So I rolled 2 dice. So I get to bring this down to 1, which now hits. 7's greater than 1. So then this is just going to go to wounds, and I'll gain the 2 threat. It's the really good utility of the Aeromancer if you can keep that MP up. I mean, obviously this area is still problematic, but it is what it is. Okay, next we have the Arithmagician. We need to do Healing Zephyr to keep me alive. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to roll 1 die and give everyone that much health. 6, yes! So we're going to max that out to 5, 7, 7, because that's my max. Wow. That was really good. That was a really good Healing Zephyr. My tears are not yours to be summoned. Okay. New card. What do we get? Reclaimed Barrage. Before rolling dice on this attack, if you are in the front line, place the top card of Stamina into Fatigue. You may cycle. That'll be really good if we stay, heroic for the next cycle. Reclaiming Shattered Magic is not a matter of purity or faith, but of will. Implies that you just need to believe in yourself. And then we're still... Oh, and then my MP goes to 0 because of my shadow. And then my disease gains me another 1. Yeah. We are in a bad way here. But that's a future Arithmagician us problem. I do have one more action, which I will use to recover and probably get rid of... let's just start getting rid of... Let's get rid of Stun so I can get MP to use Procura next turn. What do we got here? This one's bad. This one's bad. But I think we can all deal with some threat right now. So let's go to... Let's go to here. Actually, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't get there. I can't even get over here if I wanted to. So yeah, we'll move to here. We'll reduce our threat by 1. And then we'll punch. That's a 6. I flipped it. Flipped this thing. These 2 have gone. So 6 hits. These go here. And I gain 7. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm at 11. Oh, so I'm going to shatter very soon. I guess that's on me. Interesting. Maybe not. We'll see. Maybe not. Yeah, actually, yes. We are. We are going to shatter. Whoops. Oh, well. You done good, Monk. We're going to need you soon. So this is good. This is good. Rage card. 3 eyes on you. All right. So, gain 3 threat and immediately shatter. Oh, 3 eyes on you is not a good thing to be at because I immediately just gained 3 of these too. Because you go, she only has corruption of 5, which is not good. So hopefully I can deal a crit with her. That goes away though. And then what do we got here? Shadow Flight. When your activation begins, you may move to any unoccupied space. This is not an action. A shadow cares not for obstructions. Whew, that's rough stuff. All right. This is going to attack. Yeah. What's just one more? Freeze. When you complete an action during activation and your activation, remove this affliction. Great. And then this is going to hit everybody. Everyone gains 3 threat and an affliction. We get an affliction here. Berserk. Daze, I can't use abilities, but that's a passive. You don't use that. It just is. And then, oh great, we're double confused here. And then this one attacks just the Aeromancer. Again, this all looks pretty bad, but it could be a lot worse. So that goes there. Let's roll 2 dice. 2, 6. Those are okay. Roll 2 more. 4, 6. Okay. 2 more. 6, 6. Okay. So no area is broken, so we finally get around to just deal for a second. Does it, guys? All right, let's do a recover to get rid of my freeze. 2. I don't have a crit because my thing is 0, which stinks. So because freeze is gone, I can now use it to recover again. 6. All right, let's gain 6 MP. And then next turn, hopefully we can use Procura and get rid of the rest of these awful things. I'm going to be taking more health, but not the biggest deal. Let's recover. I keep forgetting to flip these. Let's recover with the Aeromancer. Ooh, 6 is good. So we gain 2 from Berserk, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then let's recover once more. So we gain 2. I rolled a 6 again. Let's get rid of Berserk. And then my very scared monk is going to go here and attack with 2 dice, and we're looking for a crit. So Shadow Flight allowed me to move there for free. Yep, I hit. So these will go into fatigue, and I'll gain 5 threat. And then I will recover. 3. 1, 2, 3. Really trying to get that crit to get my corruption back down to 0 with Unbreakable Pride. And I was hoping the Arithmagician with the magic would help, but we can't lose the monk. Like, we can't. That would be devastating. But we do have a rage card coming out. So, okay, Crustacean Claw. So we had 6. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then 2 to our Aeromancer. Here, 2 dice. 1 staggered, 2 dice. 5 and 2 dice. 1 and 4. Okay, we did empty this all out. So the first damage we deal is gonna flip this guy over. Let's begin first with the Arithmagician, because he's gonna just spend 3, 1, 2, 3, and Procura himself to get rid of all these. So we get rid of all those. And then next step is to recover. 2. That's a crit. Let's put my magic up to 12. Now we'll go with we'll go here. I'm gonna forego Shadow Flight in favor of a recover action. So that's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna roll 2 dice and hope I can Mutamancate up into a crit. Okay, so 4. I make this into a 3, which is a 7, which is a crit. So we can make this go to 0, and then these 2 go to wounds. And then it's the first time I've dealt damage on this, so this is going to go over here. The Sunken Beast's second side is Flurry of Tentacles. At the start of the defend phase, reveal a rage card targeting the character with the highest threat. And we also put all these back and we add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 claw cards in here. So he's going to hit hard and fast for sure. And we're already starting with one of these popping off. Let's go with... so that's it for the monk. The Aeromancer is now going to go. And I think we're going to recover another 2. This is really frustrating. And then we're going to recover again. Can we roll something other than a 2, please? 5. Okay. Gets us to 6. Which is not bad. All right. Start of the defend phase. Who's got the highest threat? The Arithmagician does. So this is going to target him. If you are in the front line, 4 threat, 2 corruption. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's remember. Okay, so Leer of the Deep, front line. That was the first card. And then now he'll get another one in a second. So this hits everybody. Gain a corruption there. Everyone takes 1 damage. Oh man, my monk's in dire straits here. Another rage card. If you are in the back line, oh my gosh, Ink Belch. So 2 afflictions, blind, berserk. And then 2 of these. Then 4th one, 2, 3, 4. And then this flips and 2 damage here. All right. Things are a little hairy for us, but I believe. So we're rolling 3 dice now. 2, 3, 4. Rolling 2 dice. 3, 3, 5. And we're rolling 3 dice. 5. Sorry, 1, 5, 5. Okay. So what areas are bad? What's over 7? That's not over 7. We have 4, 5, 6. So this one is, and this one is. Luckily, let's start with my Aeromancer. We're going to roll to recover first. 4. So we're going to get back to 9 MP. And let's see. I don't have enough in fatigue at the moment. I'm not in the back line for my lightning bloom. Oh man, I really wanted to use that lightning bloom too. This is what happens when you don't take items, guys. You know what? I would say, if possible, bring a recovery serum or something to, or an empowering draw to every single fight on these later fights, because it's just killing me right now that I'm just like burning these really, really important actions. Recovering, it's really frustrating. What do I do? What do I do, guys? We could... He's not staggered. I don't want to waste a lightning bloom on that. What's in fatigue right now? Just 2 cards. Also bad. Yeah, I bungled this. I didn't realize. I forgot that it wasn't in the back line. I forgot that I wasn't in the back line. We're just gonna have to eat a bunch of stuff. Alright, I'm just gonna move to here with the Aeromancer and prep for next turn. Next up is the Arith Magician, and we are gonna Shatter as an action. Go to 10, 0, 0, and then we're just gonna move. And gain 2 shattered abilities. A Soul's Crossroads, not bad. Roll 1 die on a 1 through 3, reclaim yourself. 4 through 6, return this card to the bottom of the shattered deck. The strongest of wills is required to alter fate. So we learned earlier, willpower is important to get yourself out of your shattered state. And Devouring Darkness, reveal all of the strength cards in your area, choose one and place it into wounds. Return all other cards face down in any order. Destroy your reliance on the light to expand the cracks in our enemy. Who's talking there? Could be anyone. But the real reason that I needed to do this is we're moving the monk and with Shadow Flight, and we're doing a basic attack. Oh, I did that so that I could use Divide by 0 to make it a crit. Didn't need it. Rolled a crit anyway. I deal 3 damage with the monk on this side. So 1, 2, 3 damage straight up on the monk there. That was clutch. Definitely needed that. And I didn't roll a 5 or a 6 for the blind. So now we're going to recover. We do gain 2. So we recover. And let's get rid of this Berserk. Okay. Neck, that's it for the whole round. How bad is this? So 1 damage to everybody. And an affliction to everybody. Bleed, that's bad. Daze, can't use abilities, also bad. Stun, can't gain MP, not the worst. 1 damage to everyone, and oh, that goes to 0 too, because I rolled a crit. So 1 damage to everyone again. So the Aeromancer is going to have to shatter. And 1 corruption to everybody. And then this will just go straight to the Aeromancer. Another damage, that's fine. And then this is just going to hit 1 corruption and 1 damage to the Arith Magician. Okay, so that was bad, but it could have been worse. Let's roll some dice here. So 2, 4. Let's see, we'll do 2, 3, 3. And 2. Oh my god, that 2. 3, 4. Alright, well, area 2 is in pretty rough shape. What are we at? We have 3 cards left in stamina before it's staggered. That area is gonna hurt. These 3 are bad. All these are bad. They're all bad. They're all bad, team. They're all bad. And I'm bleeding here, and we didn't roll anything in area 5. So let's start with the Aeromancer. The Aeromancer is going to use Lightning Bloom. Roll 2 dice and... Yep, that hits, and that just gets rid of all these cards to wounds. Don't gain any threat. That's what I've been trying to do. And then I'm at 0 health, so most unfortunately I need to shatter. So we're all shattered. We are all shattered. Do get rid of the burn and the stun, however. And then 3 shattered abilities. Redemption. When you succumb, roll 2 dice. If you roll a crit or the die faces match, you may reclaim yourself, or another shattered character may reclaim themselves. It's never too late to turn back to the light. That's the wrong 2. I gotta fix that grammar. Fragment of Purity. When you perform a recover action, if the roll matches your current corruption, reclaim yourself. All broken things can be mended. So we have 2 ways to reclaim ourselves with the Aeromancer. That might be big. Soul Tear, or Soul Tear. When you deal damage, roll 1 die. Place that many cards from Fatigue into Wounds. If your roll matches your current corruption, you succumb. Ignore your soul's weeping cries for Ignore your soul's weeping cries, for it offers nothing that I don't already provide. Who's speaking? My corruption limit here is 7. I got 9 health. So yeah, the Aeromancer, we have some options here. We definitely have some options here with the Aeromancer. Because he might be the only one left. Weep. Oops. Okay, unfortunately, we got to talk about the monk here. The monk. This is going to pop off. How do we minimize the damage here? This one popping off isn't the worst because it's just threat and corruption. Health is at a premium right now. The monk with 1 crit here wipes all this. But this is triggers the monk's just dead. But maybe that's okay. So we're gonna do our free Shadow Flight. No, sorry. First, we're gonna move with the Arithmagician to here. And then we're going to recover to get rid of that daze. Next, the monk is going to move to here with a free move from Shadow Flight. And we're going to roll and hope we can divide by 0. Okay, great. We rolled a 6 and a 5. We're going to make this a 1 with divide by 0. When a character in your area attacks, change a die face to any side, then gain that much corruption. So 1, so that's a 7. So that's a crit. So these 3 go into wounds. This will go to 0 because of Unbreakable Pride. And I still have 1 action left, which I will use to clear my bleed out. Actually, is that really the smartest thing? Yes, I'll get 1 more round with her next turn, which is really big. If only we could have cleared this out, we could have kept her alive longer, but that is definitely going to be bad. So this is going to hit everybody. Everyone gains 1 corruption. And 2 threat. Oh, wow. We have been absolutely forgetting this. So, each character moves to the front line of their area if able. Who has the highest threat? They all do, so we'll give that to the... That's my bad. I was cheating. I don't know how many defend phases we went through for getting that, though. And then let's see. So that was that. Now this would go off and everyone would gain it 1. I already gained that 1, I gained that 1, and then the 2 threat. Let's see. We got here. This will flip and hit the Arithmagician for 1 damage. And then another rage card here. If you're in the front line, 4 damage, 2 corruption. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, well, that's not great. Hate to see that. And now this is going to, oh my gosh, deal 3 damage to everybody. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, well, let's roll some dice. How many are in here? 9. So 2, 3, 5, staggered. 3, 3, 3, and 3, 3, 5. Well, where was this when I needed it? Okay. The monk's done, right? We know the monk is toast. So I think we need the monk to just wipe out this area. 6 cards. I think that's what we have to do. Which means the first one needs to be a crit, which means I need the Arithmagician to be in here as well. But I don't think that, I think we just need to hope we roll a crit. Because, what was this, 4, 5, 6? Yeah. All right, let's go with the monk. Free move with Shadow Flight. Roll 2 dice and hope we get a crit. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's incredible. Here, and then let's go out with a bang. 3, that's great. Totally fine. Clearing out that entire row, 6 cards, and then the monk dies from being at 0 health. Oof, okay, that was good. That was really, really good for us. We needed that. What else? How else are we doing here? Looks like no other area is broken. I very much would like to... I don't need to perform a recover action yet. But my corruption's at 4. Let's move. We don't want any health. We don't want to lose any health right now. So let's move to here. And I'll do a basic attack. I don't want to do Soul Tear. Ooh, actually, maybe I do want to do Soul Tear. Ah, that's risky. Puts me at 8. We won't use Soul Tear yet. I think that's a save until absolutely necessary. So let's just do a basic attack. 2 dice. That hits. So I can move another card before I deal damage. So let's move this guy to here. And then we'll do that and gain 3. And then the Arithmagician gets to go, and he'll just attack. Actually, you know what? Let's use 2 for Devouring Darkness. I get to reveal both, and let's see if either of these deal corruption. Yep, this one does. So let's put this into wounds. I'd rather have the Aeromancer take that one than 2 more corruption. And then I'll take a recover. 1. All right. Let's go to the defend phase. Who's got the highest threat? Aeromancer. Every character can play 1 damage. Each character must move to the back line of their area if able. 1 damage. 1 damage. That's very scary. The health is the damage is what we're racing right now. And then this, 3, 1, 2, 3, and an affliction, bleed. When your activation ends, reduce your HP by 1. That's also bad. That was a bad affliction to get. Okay, so this goes here, here, rolling 3 dice, 4, 5, rolling 3 dice. Remember, we only roll for characters in play. 2, 3, 3, 2. That's it. Okay. If we can get rid of all these cards, we win the game. We were very close. We are very, very close to winning the game. So here's the thing, guys. We could do a Soul's Crossroad and potentially reclaim ourselves. But if we do that, it's going to put us over. I think we can wait one more round on that. None of these are breaking the area limit, which is good. So we have a good, kind of a good 1-2 right here. So I think what we want to do is start with the Aeromancer. Let's get rid of this bleed. Yeah, get out of here. Let's get rid of that bleed. And then let's recover. Yeah, yes. Okay, so we have 4 corruption. Fragment of Purity. When you perform a recover action, if the roll matches your current corruption, reclaim yourself. All broken things can be mended. So, we just reclaimed ourselves. It's amazing. Fragment of Purity is awesome. That could be game-changing for us. So, reclaim ourself. We get to draw 1 card from any deck. So we get 7 health, 9 MP, and 1 card from any deck. We need to get an attack, so let's go here first. There's an attack, Sweeping Slash. It's really good. And support. Let's do support. Yep, Reckless Sacrifice is good. We already have our attack, which I love. Let's do a magic. Let's do the full Stasis. Oof. Great spread for the reclaimed Aeromancer. If you guys give me 1 second, we can get the correct reclaimed standee out there. All right, so there we go. The reclaimed Aeromancer. Pretty sweet art here. He's back. Got a aura bow, a red cape. Ready to take this thing on. Wow, that was awesome. Let's go with the Arithmagician. We don't want to be taking damage, so he's just going to do a regular attack. And that 6 is greater than 1. So that will go to wounds, and we'll gain 3. And then we'll just recover to get that down. 1, 2, 3. All right, defend phase. Who's got the highest threat? The Arithmagician does. Leer of the Deep. If you're in the front line, which he is, 2 corruption. He's at 8 out of 9. 2, 3, 4 threat. Brutal. Dang. Okay. No refresh phase because there's no card here. Oh wait, no. There is a refresh. What happens here? This hits the reclaimed Arithmagician. No, not an affliction. A bleed. I guess that's not bad. And this just comes back to here. So we know what that is, which I don't love. I think what we need to do here is just... Is it time for a Sweeping Slash? Send everything to wounds. Yeah. So we're going to move here. We're going to move to here. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to spend 3 for Sweeping Slash. We're in the front line, so I get to reduce my threat first. So 8, I get to reduce my threat to 0. deal damage, and then I deal 1 damage to each adjacent area. So 1 there, so that's 3, 4, 5. So I gain 7 threat. And then bleed. Great ability with the Aeromancer. We're gonna do it again next turn too. And then let's go with the Arithmagician. I want this card out, so we're gonna roll 2 dice. 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8, gain 3. 1, 2, 3. I think it's time that we try a Soul's Crossroad. Let's see if we can also reclaim our Arithmagician. Let's see. I need a 1, 2, or a 3. No! He succumbs. Oh, his soul. He wanted to know math too much. Ah, damn. Poor Arithmagician. So now it's just our Aeromancer left. So this is going to attack him. If you were in the back line, which I'm not, so I don't take all those things from Ink Belch. Thank God. I cannot even remember the order of these things. Make a mental note to remember the order. I think Razor Maw is next, which is the front line, so I may want to consider moving. Because Razor Maw was like 4 damage. First, let's spend 3 for... this is where I needed Reckless Sacrifice to... Okay, let's... Oh, states Theta Command once posited that time is just the geometry of another's reality. It's pretty cool. Yeah, let's spend 3 for Sweeping Slash again. So reduce this to 0. Man, his in the front line ability is so good. And gain 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 threats. 9 threat. And then recover. 3. 1, 2, 3. Defend phase. Coiled Tug. Oh, safe for now. Each character must move to the front line. Okay, so we're safe from the Coiled Tug. I don't gain corruption. And then this thing, 2 damage. 1, 2. Come on, Aeromancer. That would go to fatigue, but it comes right back. I need to survive 2 more rounds of this. So let's do another Sweeping Slash to put us to 0. Just to get rid of, just so that we can use an ability attack to reduce our threat. Down to 5. Put that there. Then we gain 3. 1, 2, 3. So here's the thing. We could move to here like this. I know that there's a Razor Maw in here. I thought it was the last one. We only have 4 health left because of the bleed. I think we need to... 1, 2. I think we just need to move to the back line here. We can take care of that next turn. Just eat 2 of these. I think Razor Maw only affects the front line. I think. So let's see. Yes. Okay, if you're in the front line, 4 damage. Not in the front line, so we avoid the Razor Maw. But we do have to take another Rage card. But I don't think any of them deal 4 damage. Every character in play, 1 damage. Each character must move to the back line if able. Okay, so 1 damage. Move to the back line if able, which we did. Back to the action phase. I'm going to move. Oh, yeah, I was bleeding, so I need to move. 1, 2, 3. And I need to attack. And I can only do a basic attack right now. I don't have enough MP otherwise. 5 is greater than 4. Get in there. Get. So we got gain 2 threat. And now the last gasp. Will this finish me off? Leer of the Deep. If you're in the front line, 4 threat. I'm not in the front line. So we do it. We defeat the Sunken Beast. And I made a couple gameplay mistakes. That's on me. But I was going a little fast on the stream. It's a little easier on the table, but I reclaimed Aeromancer. Just so clutch. That, man. Fragment of Purity. This is actually a newly designed card that, you know, in our feedback from playtesting, we found out that people wanted maybe one more way to reclaim themselves. So this replaced another shattered card. And I like the idea of like you're broken into a bunch of pieces and there's one piece left that can kind of meld everything back together. When you're trying to recover, like you find that fragment. So, yeah, I love that. So cool. That is going to be our Let's Play for this thing, the Sunken Beast. We did beat it. It was very, a little touch and go there. Sorry, Rith Magician. You didn't have enough will. Not enough will to reclaim yourself. Next time, we're going to take on maybe my favorite enemy in the whole game, the First Chosen. Can't wait to see you then.